Welcome back to Abby's Perfect Fit. Guys, we want to make a shirt, a button down shirt. The shirt we're going to make is for both man and woman. It's a unisex shirt. So we will before we go further, first of all, let me tell you the measurement I have here already. I marked my starting line, which is half inch, as you can see. Then I brought out the button allowance. Button allowance, the inch I use is 2 inches for the button allowance, and I wrote here to tell us that this is the button allowance. Then I have taken the body measurement. Remember I'm working on in the front this time around. First of all, we're working on the front pattern. So I have measured the body measurement. That's the width, or you can say the size of the body you want to work on. So, and we are working with 53. That is the chest measurement. If you check out, you know that most men, they have big tummy. If it's the person's measurement, if the tummy is bigger, you consider it while you're doing the measurement. And if the person's hip is bigger, you consider it when making a shirt. If it is the chest that is bigger, you consider it. All these are the things you have to check before you know how you're going to start making your measurement. So right now here, I use the person I'm making this clothes. The client's chest is what I have used, and his chest is 53, and that 53, I took it right after this button allowance. 53 divided by 4 gave me 13, and I added 1.5 inch. So 13 here plus 1.5 inch, which is that place. Please forget about this. It was an omission. Forget about this line. Yes. So I'm going to cut it out as the front part of this shirt before we continue. Let's cut it out. Don't forget our button allowance. We took 2 inches, and the chest measurement is what we have from here, right from after the button allowance. So now, the next thing we're going to do now is to bring another paper, which we're going to use for the back. Okay, so this is the front, this is the front, and this is the back. Still unfold, both are unfold. Then I want us to know something. Note that the front of the shirt, just like when you're making a kaftan, is always longer by 3 or 4 inches, as the case may be. For a man that has a very broad shoulder, you can use 4 inches, the space that's to be higher than the front side. I will tell us why. The reason is because you are going to fold it back. When you get to that place, I will explain it very well. So, but note that the front is, the back is longer because of a fold we are going to create at the back. It's always longer by 3 inches or 4 inches. Here, I want to make use of 4 inches. For who I'm making this shirt for, the shoulder is very broad. It's a shoulder of 20 inches, and I'm using 4 inches allowance to make it longer than the front. So, and here is the 4 inches. So with this, we'll cut out. Let's cut out because the body is, oh, I forgot. So, like I said before, when you want to make a shirt, remember that we said that any measurement you're going to take now is going to be after this button allowance line. So it's very, very important. Very, very important. Don't forget that any measurement you are making must come from after this button allowance. Very, very important. Then you will make sure that your 4 inches is accurate here. You can see it. It's 4 inches. I hope it's clear. The 4 inches is what the back used to be longer, while the front is wider by 2 inches button allowance. I hope it is clear. If you are confused, ask question in the comment section. Then you will cut out. You already have let me make it straight. You already have the body, the full body measurement, like so. We'll cut out. What we are cutting out here is the body plus the button allowance and the sewing allowance. I'm doing everything to make it. I don't have tracing way. Maybe it would have been always easy to cut or make a very straight line while cutting. Okay. So now see what we have. Then the next thing we're going to do now is to pull this up. We're going to put it up to meet the back now and the front are going to stay in one place. Apart from this button, I don't want to fold it. You can as well fold it at the back if you want, but I'm not folding. So you just make sure everything is now together, equal, the same height. You're not removing the 4 inches now. You have shifted it up from down. They are now together, the same length in the shoulder, apart from the button allowance, which is still out. Are you seeing it? Yes. So this is the button allowance area. Then we are going to do our normal shoulder slant. When you're making a shirt or a top, we all know that our shoulder is not straight, it's slanted. But before we do that, we're going to take the shoulder measurement. The shoulder we're working with, like I said before from the beginning, is 20 inches. That 20 inches, you 20 inches divided by 2 to give you 10. So from there, you are going to come down here by, you can come down by 2.5 inches. You can as well come down by 3.5. Here, I want to come down by 3 inches. Yeah, come down here by 3 inches. When you come down by 3 inches, you know that your neckline, you're going to take 2.5 inches. That is what I just marked here. So you are going to slant